Hi guys, welcome to Hoops Junction. Today we're talking about Slam Magazine's top 50 list and Carmelo's ranking at number 15. Now, at first glance, when I heard about it, I was completely agreeing with Stephen A. Smith. I was like, how could they have Carmelo Anthony number 15? The guy could shoot, he could post up, he could score, he could dribble in the lane. Like, he really could do it all offensively. Defensively is where he's challenged, but in terms of rebounding, he could do that as well. He can offensive rebound and defensive rebound. He's shown the propensity to do both. So why do they have him at number 15? But then I took a step back and looked at the list. So far, the only person that I can see that is not better than Melo on that list right now is Blake Griffin. In terms of, they have Kyrie Irving ahead of him. I'll take that. Guy just won a championship, hits big shots. He's great. They have Klay Thompson ahead of Melo. I'll take that because Klay Thompson actually plays defense, and Melo does not. Klay Thompson usually guards some of the team's best defenders. Okay, they have CP3 ahead of Melo. Who wouldn't take that? You put CP3 on any team, and they're automatically a playoffs top high tier. Even though Carmelo Anthony is a franchise player, when he's on the team, like he doesn't automatically make you a top 4 team. Like this year, they're a top 4, top 3. They should make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. The Knicks should make it. But the past years, they haven't been that top tier team. So basically, what people are not understanding about the list is this. The list is pretty much saying, what have you done for me lately? And based on the lately factor, not career factor. Let's take out Melo's career. Let's just talk about these last 2 years. What have they done? He's been injured. He hasn't played that many games. They had a horrible season past 2 seasons, so haven't made the playoffs either. So that's what they're taking into account. It's not necessarily saying pound for pound who's the best. Like, it's not saying all time right now out of all these guys all time, where do you rank them? That's not what they're doing. They're pretty much saying right now, take into account last season, where do you have Melo? And, I feel like so far it's fair. Because, like, I'll take Kawhi Leonard ahead of him. I'll take a Paul George ahead of him right now. And so if I'm starting a franchise, I'm taking these guys ahead of him because these guys are, when healthy, they do it all. LeBron's ahead of him. Durant's ahead of him. Westbrook's ahead of him. I mean, there's a lot of guys ahead of him. So I'm curious to see the top 10 because if they have somebody like a Dwayne Wade up there, or then I'll go crazy. But right now, the only person I can see is bad ahead of him is Blake Griffin. I mean, Klay Thompson, yes, he won a chip 2 years ago. He's one of the deadliest shooters in the game, and he plays defense, and he makes plays. He doesn't just play defense. He could drive to the basket. He makes plays. You know what I'm saying? So, it just got blown out of proportion because Stephen A. Smith is saying that pretty much you're saying right now there are 15 players better than him. They're saying based on last season, these are the guys this is how we're ranking everybody. You see what I'm saying? Like, because I'm pretty sure they're going to do, when they do the list, LeBron's going to be number 1. In the finals, he led everybody in every statistical category, and he won the championship. More power to him. So, Curry and Durant probably be 2 and 3 respectively, whichever way you want to go. But they're talking about last season or the past couple seasons. They're not talking about, like, lifetime. Lifetime, Melo, if we do a top 10 list, lifetime, it's going to be like LeBron. It's going to be CP3 is going to be like somewhere up there. Melo's going to be top 10. If we're talking about like lifetime career stats for all the active players now, he's going to be top 10. But in terms of what have you done lately and your efficiency and everything, I understand. So when Stephen A. Smith is jumping up and down, going crazy, and Knicks fans are going crazy, they don't understand the context of these lists. These lists are basing things on what happened last year or the year before that. So 2 years. It's like it's a small sample. It's a small segment. So that's all it is. It's just a small segment. Small segments here and there. These lists are not saying like, okay, if we had a pickup game, we put these guys on the court, who's going to win what? Because I'm telling you right now, if you put Melo on a pickup court and he has to go against a CP3 or a Klay Thompson, whatever the case is, a lot of these guys, he's cooking them. He's cooking them, hands down. He's cooking them. But what we're talking about is stats. We're talking about last year's gaming. We talked the year before that. We're taking that into account, and that's where the list comes from. So I don't even know where Blake Griffin is up there, and I don't know why Kyrie is ranked 12 when he should be ranked. He should be ranked top 10 because of what he did in the finals. He should automatically be ranked top 10. So I'm curious to see the rest of this list. If I see something like a LaMarcus Aldridge up there, even though he's already been listed, I want to see the top 10 now because they have my attention. If they want to say Lillard is better than Melo, I don't know. I don't think so. Now, who else is in your? Don't tell me C.J. McCollum's up there. Like I'm not gonna accept that. So it has to be a good list. Like right now, if I'm trying to run off people that's better than him, CP3, Kawhi Leonard. I'm talking about based on last season. CP3, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, LeBron, Durant, Westbrook, Curry, Thompson, Kyrie. Who else can we think of? Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is kind of like he's the once-in-a-lifetime player. And plus, he's based on last season. I'm not saying like lifetime. Lifetime, I'm taking Melo over a lot of guys. I'm saying if I have Melo in his prime, this list is like a joke, which I understand Stephen A's point. But if we're talking about based on last season, let's talk about last season, guys. You know what I'm saying? Leonard already said Paul George. Who else is better? See, my list is different. So Melo should be like 11 or 12 or something like that. Westbrook is already up there. So who else are we talking? Are we talking about Lillard? Maybe because of what he did last season with the short rotation. Is that what we're talking about? So I'm just curious to see the rest of the top 10. Like, if we look at the top 10 when it comes out, and if they have some bogus guys up there like Marc Gasol or if they have Michael Conley up there, like, I already know these guys don't know what they're talking about. But based on last season, a lot of people have better seasons than Melo, and that's how they're ranking it. But lifetime, the list is different because Melo he's a franchise player. And, yes, I'm biased because I look at people's careers as a whole. But if you want to talk about lately, I understand that as well. I could go either way because, you don't have to look at things one way in life. You could look at it multiple ways. You could have more than one point of view, more than one opinion. So I understand where that list is coming from, but at the same time, I understand where Stephen A is coming from. So if they have somebody that's garbage up there, you know what I'm saying? If there's not Westbrook, Durant, LeBron, Kyrie, Curry, Thompson, Davis, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard. I mean, after that, like Melo, CP3, Melo should be like 11 or 12 to me. Like that's how I feel. I feel like he should be 11 or 12. He's not top 10 right now, but he should be like closer than that. So we'll see what happens when the list comes out. I'll be able to make a follow-up video on this. Let me know what you think. Do you think that they're hating on Melo? Honestly, I think Melo is suffering from what LeBron was suffering before he won a ring, which was like people just started hating on LeBron because this is like you're so good, but you don't have anything to show for it. And that's besides like LeBron had MVP, so he had a little something to show for, but Melo, he just doesn't have anything to show for. He doesn't have MVP, doesn't have any rings, doesn't have an Eastern Conference Finals appearance. He has a Western Conference Finals appearance, but he has nothing to show for it. So there's a Melo fatigue, and that's why every year they're bumping him up. Some guys are somebody told me a couple years ago, Kevin Love is better than Melo. I was just like, oh my God, like, don't even talk to me. Don't even talk to me. But that's what I'm trying to tell you. There's a Melo fatigue. So this year, we'll see what Melo does with the people that he has in order. To me, he's set. He has everything he needs. Let them rock, and if he doesn't make it far, then they were right to put him at 15. But if he goes to the Eastern Conference Finals, then you guys have to redo your list, and you have to kiss a whole lot of butt because Melo is like a once-in-a-lifetime talent. I've never seen anybody 6'8", like 250, could shoot, rebound. He could post up. I mean, when I tell you he could shoot, it's not like he's a streaky shooter either. He could shoot the ball. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he could drain shots, mid-range, three-point. You know, defensively, sometimes he's a liability. But other than that, man, like, I really can't see all these players that's better. So I'm curious to see the list. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody pump your brakes. This is based on recent events. This is not based on lifetime career. So let's wait and see. And everybody take a deep breath. This is Vlad from Hoops Junction. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hoops Junction, where hoops meets hoopla. Peace.